Welcome back everybody. In this video we're having a look at my backup camera, the Canon 1100D. Let's go. Alright, this is it, the Canon EOS 1100D. At the time I purchased this was the cheapest DSLR that Canon made that you could buy new. Now, this camera I bought to get back into some family photography, to do a few preschool shoots with and so on, and that expanded into motorsport and predominantly automotive photography. Motorsport I did a little bit with this camera, really not a heck of a lot. It will do 3 frames a second in JPEG mode, and in raw shooting you only get about 1.5 frames a second out of this, so it's not a high-speed camera at all. But again, you make it work for you. I did. I never set it to continuous shooting when I did that. I just had it in single shooting and I just smashed down on this shutter button as quickly as I could to get the photographs that I needed. Alright, looking at the sensor on this camera, it's a 12.2 megapixel sensor, APS-C, so it is a crop sensor. You have to keep that in mind when you put something like, when you put any of the EF lenses on it. For example, the 50mm Nifty 50 that I spoke about in the previous video will turn into more of an 80mm equivalent when you put it on this, so you've got to keep that in mind. Alright, so for the purpose of this video, I'm going to look at the 18 to 55mm lens that came with the 1100D as a kit lens. Now, as I mentioned, my original 18 to 55 was not the image stabilized version, but this one is. This lens is not a fast lens at all. It does not do very well in low light, even though it's got the image stabilizer. And what I mean by that is the f-stop doesn't open up very wide. The widest you can go on this lens is 3.5 at 18mm. As soon as you start zooming in with this lens, the f-stop will increase to 5.6, where it will stay unless you want to change the f-stop to something higher than that. You can't go lower at, say, at 55mm. The lowest you can go would be 5.6. Alright, so I'm not going to spend too much time going through the statistics of this camera and the specs and what it can do. It hasn't been produced in many years. You can still find a second-hand version of it if you really want one. But let's not go into the technical details of the camera. My point with this video is that you can use entry-level equipment to do decent photography. You really can make a decent picture using entry-level equipment as long as you know and understand photography. This is something that I really wish that camera manufacturers would spend a little bit more time on and maybe promote a little bit more to their users. I know they want to sell cameras and they want you to buy the bigger, better cameras, and they do help, they really do. But you can also get decent pictures with the entry-level cameras. You don't need to always have the very best equipment out there, or let's call it the most expensive equipment out there to get a decent picture. Alright, so I just wanted to show you 3 of my favorite photographs that I've taken with the 1100D and the 18 to 55. It was quite a mission to find just 3 photographs. I've taken so many photographs over the years that it does become a bit of a mission to just narrow it down to just 3. On screen now, you will see 3 of my favorite photographs taken with the 1100D and 18 to 55 IS. Alright, and with that, I will see you in the next video, which, if all goes well, will be coming out on Friday. If you like this video, please press the like button, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!